Well, good morning guys, from the just outside of the hotel in the morning. It's quite a beautiful sunny day here, but the weather for where we're going doesn't look amazingly good. We'll see when we get there, but we've got something like a 12 or 13 hour day now, pretty much all driving with regards to a couple of stops obviously for comfort breaks and stuff, but we've got a pretty long day now to drive all the way to our final destination at St. Georgen in Attagau in Austria. So we're going to get cracking soon. And we'll see what today holds. I'm driving first, and we tend to look like we're going to do kind of 3.5 hour stint, something like that. Stop for a break, or the passengers need to stop anyway, and then have a rest stop and crack on again. So day travelling today, and we'll get to the hotel later.
Voiceover Robin here. Well, my plan originally was to try and record the entire journey from stop 24 all the way through to Austria on the coach cam, and then I was going to do a separate video with the entire journey in real time with just backing tracks on it. Unfortunately, that didn't quite work out like that. You could call it a technical error, or you could call it a mistake by me, but either way, I didn't get what I wanted to. So the rest of this is just going to be odd snippets of driving, as I've done on my videos more recently. So we start with us leaving the hotel here in Brussels and making our way out of Brussels city centre.
It's up.
Sorry, I went looking. They've changed the. No, because you're not set. They've changed the ticket thing. Because it used to be you press the button and went, Ledger, let me out. And that's what they did. I just first had to be. Yeah, it's too bad. I was trying to keep it with that. To get back onto no. Good morning. Did we all manage to sleep well? It is a very nice hotel. It told you you were being spoiled. That's normally a luxuria hotel we normally don't get. So, count yourselves. Don't worry, just on the way back we got the banquet, which is nice. So, today is basically we're going to make our way down to St. Georgen, where our hotel will be for our duration of the stay. So basically we're going to make our way through Belgium, through Podcast Market, towards the shoot out St. Georgen. So basically, the aim always when we go to Austria is to make Salzburg for lunch. That was one of them, Salzburg. We always aim to make that one for lunch. We'll see how we go. It's Sunday, lorries are not allowed on the road, so hopefully we can normally make some time up. I don't like traffic.
Well.
Don't like traffic.
They're all lined up, aren't they?
There you go, Clipper. Yeah. So, like I said yesterday, it'll be, well, without stopping, without stopping it's 10 hours 15. But obviously we've got to stop, make breaks and stuff like that. So, like I said, we'll do about 3 hours, we'll make a stop. Then we'll do three and a bit, how long it takes from Salzburg. Quite nice food there. And then we'll do another stick and then on to Austria, we'll head down towards past our that way. So that is always the plan. Always the plan. We had a good plan. We had a good plan yesterday, but that didn't work. I normally do is I'll put the TV on. I'll probably put Sky News or something on just on quiet for now. So I obviously will always let people try and go to sleep. Then at some point throughout the day I will go through the itinerary of what we're going to be doing over the next 5-6 days, tell you about the optionals. You probably already know what you're doing, but I need to talk through it. Then I'll come and collect numbers, see if the optionals numbers. If they don't meet the minimum numbers but they are close, then I can always give later a call tomorrow to see if we can run them. If the minimum numbers are nowhere near, then unfortunately obviously those optionals cannot be done. But obviously the regulars know that, but the ones that are new to Lake Shearings, obviously now have to explain it. And then we won't collect money today. We always do that on the day of the option. Because people dropping out, then have to have the argument about refunds that we've already paid and stuff like that. So I just make it easy to do it on the day. So that's pretty much it really.
Well, we're at our first rest stop. We are at just a little roadside services somewhere in Germany. I'm sure I can find it, but anyway, somewhere on the main route 3. So we left the hotel in Belgium, drove across Belgium into Germany, headed towards Cologne, went around the south side of Cologne, and then off on the 3 out of Cologne, and we're kind of heading sort of south-east-ish at the moment. We've got a great long stretch on this what you might call it, but this main road 3 as we head towards Austria. So a little rest stop here, and then we're going to stop again in a couple more hours for some lunch. Right guys, second stop. This one's a lunch break 45 here at just another services on the 3. The 3 is a very long road, but anyway, we're at a town called Salzburg, and we're stopping here. There's got good food apparently here according to Matt, so good food here, stopping for a lunch break, and then we're going to get on our way over towards Austria. There might be a little bit of traffic coming up, so we're going to have to see what happens, but we'll see. Well, hi everyone, we are here at the hotel finally. So we are in St. Georgen im Aargau, in the Aargau in Austria. We've made it to the hotel. It's around about 9:30 now, but we got here around about 8:30, so been here a little while, just sorting the coach out, getting the passengers all in and into a very late but nonetheless dinner. So pretty much 12 hours on the road today. We left Brussels this morning and we drove through Belgium, through Germany, through into Austria, and then down here to the Aargau. So yeah, long day for the passengers to be sitting on the coach with not much to do obviously, but not a long day for us as drivers, but nonetheless we are here and it's the end of the day. I'm going to get some photos and videos of the little town, I guess you'd call this probably, that we're in here when it's a bit lighter, because it's obviously quite dark at the moment. I'll try and do a little pan round just so you can see. This is pretty much the high street of the town. You can see a big church there in the background, which is quite cool. I've had a little wander up and down here in the evening. It's very quiet. Of course, it's a Sunday evening, so you would expect it to be very quiet in a place like this on a Sunday evening. But anyway, so we are Salzburg tomorrow, first day trip, so we're based here for the next few days in this hotel, which makes it easier for me and Matt, of course, because the cases are all in now, so it's just ferrying people to and from the various day trips we're doing for the next few days. Then we'll have a long drive home at the end of the week, but that's cool. That's a long way away to think about now. I think it's just kind of getting in and sorting ourselves out, ready for first thing tomorrow morning. But we're here, we've made it, and we've done something like 900 miles today. We did 4 kind of driving shifts, I suppose. So we stopped for the first comfort stop, where you'll have seen the pictures and stuff for that. Went again, stopped for lunch. When again, stopped the third time. I can't remember it's been to. Sorry. Anyway, don't think I did a video at the third stop because we literally stopped just long enough to grab diesel, which we needed. Passengers go to the loo. There was literally 15 minutes, and that was it. Out again, and then Matt took the last stint here to the hotel. So here we are. Yeah, see what happens in the morning, eh? Catch you guys soon.
The hotel had dedicated coach parking, but it was round the back. And so every morning, evening, we would have to go park the coach round the back. This shows what it was like in the mornings getting the coach out. So we would reverse in. You'll see that a bit later on. But we would, had to go up the road, slightly narrow road, but it was okay. Up the road here to where the bus turned around and the little tram station was. And you'll see more of that when I do a walk round this place in a bit. But anyway, so we had to turn it around there, back down the road, and then negotiate our way round a very small roundabout. By the end of the kind of just over a week we've been there, we worked out exactly how to do it to get round in one. But as you'll see, we don't get round in one, certainly at the beginning. As I say, it took us a little while. But anyway, no problem shunting it. But anyway, we'd do this twice a day to be able to park the coach up. It was all good.
No, it's sort of like it's an old train line. And we've got the legend tattoos up there as well. Christmas, we came to Austria on logs, and we was with a silver service, and we went from Kitzbühel over to our train ride, and we got on sat there around the way, I was on the way out of Kitzbühel, and the silver service went, follow me, I know a great viewpoint on the way, we can have a photo stop. Alright, you know a viewpoint? You're on the wrong side of the road now. Alright, we'll follow you. Round some back lanes. Now, this ain't right. He got stuck. He went the right way, by the way. We get the right way. We get the right way. Give way to your left over
Salzburg was just under an hour or so from our hotel, so it wasn't a long ride to get there, but here just shows the last bit of the ride in through the city to the drop-off.
So, give me 1 second, I'll drop off just on left. Okay, so the toilets are open. So we're just gonna swing round here. Oh, right, yeah. Alright, would you?
Here in Salzburg, the bus drop-off is just behind us. So Matt has taken the coach off to the parking and I'm just going to go for a little wander around.
The city is the 4th largest in Austria and is most famously known as the birthplace of Mozart the composer. Matt's been here before a few times and so he allowed me just a little bit of time that I could have a wander around and take some photos, so here we go. This is the run back into the town where the hotel was of an evening. It was just off the motorway, so you come off the motorway down to the mini roundabout, that's the one we would just had just now, and then you run down pretty much straight down through the town to the hotel, so this is it, and then go around the back and park it up.
Well, the weather's not the bestest here, but it may be the only chance I do to get some footage of us here. So I found out the way you actually pronounce the name of the town we're staying in is actually pronounced St. Georgen. That's how it's pronounced. In English we would probably default to saying St. Georgen. You might say St. Georgen might be more correct. But yeah, I found out it's actually pronounced like St. Georgen. So anyway, so this is the hotel we are staying. I'm going to turn the camera around. It's actually quite a busy little town, this. It's probably not as small as I think it is in reality. But this is the high street. Okay, we can get across. So yeah, this is the front of the hotel. Entrance is there. And then they have also attached to the hotel that these guys also own a butcher's. I'm going to absolutely massacre trying to say that word, but I'm going to guess that something like Fleischhauerei, maybe? I don't know, someone will tell me. Anyway, so this is the front of the hotel. And as you know by now, I don't like filming people when they don't know about it. But anyway, that's the doors up to the hotel. So yeah, as I said, this is actually the high street. There's a usual range of kind of shops down here. Hairdressers and various food shops and all sorts. One thing I've noticed about here, I'm not sure if it's maybe the continent over, not just here in Austria, but smoking is much more prevalent. So you're allowed to smoke in public here. Not loads of people do, to be fair, but you are nonetheless allowed to smoke in public here. And there are actually cigarette machines on the outside of shops that you can obviously access when the shops aren't open, you know, in the evenings and overnight and stuff. But I am told you actually require an ID card in order to be able to use them. So don't know how that system works. Again, I'm sure someone can tell me quite how that system works. But anyway, there are cigarette machines outside shops. You can buy cigarettes if you want to.
At the end of the high street on the way into town is this church. As far as I can work out, I think it's Catholic, or what we would call Catholic. But anyway, I suspect it's not actually that big inside, but it's quite imposing. It's very tall and can be seen from quite a long way around. So clearly a very kind of religious influence on this kind of area of Austria. And directly opposite, the pharmacy.
Something that I've noticed, maybe it's just this part of Austria, maybe it's a European thing, I'm not sure, but this is just one of the places in the town. It looks like some variety of driving school, I'm going to guess. The pictures there have all of the standard classes, bikes, cars, trucks, buses, all sorts. It looks like they do all sorts of training here. But what I was going to say was these smatterings of English. So all of a sudden we there have training with fun and feeling, which is very obviously an English sentence. And I've noticed that in various places that you get these smatterings of English that seem to be in a slightly random location. And it's not entirely clear why they've grabbed that phrase. But anyway, good example. Now this place isn't all completely oldie worldy looking. On the way into town off of the motorway effectively, at the kind of near end of the high street, there's some obviously newer developments of housing here, and if I spin round you'll see newer developments of housing bring with them supermarkets. This is a supermarket, as you can see, called Billa, and is apparently quite popular over here. Just as I'm walking out of town, I've noticed this. I didn't see it last night on the way in because it's dark. I don't know if you can see up there, but there's a cross up there inside that small building, so I'm guessing that's some variety of chapel or church of some variety. But what interests me is this little row of little mini huts all the way down the drive. Right down to the road has this little row of mini huts. So if anyone's able to tell me what's going on there, that would be interesting to know.
Earlier on I said that we were turning the coach around where the tram stop is and the bus stop is. This is the actual tram. I managed to catch it as I was walking up through town towards the edge of town. This is what it looks like. It's just a little local tram that does I think 3 stops around the local area.
We're right on a roundabout here, so it's going to be a bit noisy, but right on the edge of town, but nonetheless very conspicuously on the way into town. You've got a logo there I'm sure you will all recognise. And if I spin round a little bit as well, nowhere seems to escape the golden arches. Again, all new stuff added to the town relatively recently. If I keep going round, you can see the roundabout. It's got quite a little cool flower sculpture there in the middle. And the main bit of town is actually back down there. That's where I've walked from. And you can see some of the mountains in the background.
So I walked back down through town, past the hotel to the mini roundabout, turned right, which is the way we've gone to park the coach, past where the coach parking is at the back, and then further down that road is the local fire station, and then a bit further on the turnaround for the bus and also the tram stop.